Hi, I'm Gary Pins, Director of Instruction at Oak Brook Golf Club. I'm going to show you how to consistently and easily get the ball out of the trap and up onto the green. There are only two things that have to take place to be able to get the ball out of the trap and on the green. The club has to strike the ground and go underneath the ball with the bounce edge down, and it has to keep going. I'm going to show you an easy way, a systemized procedure to do this on a consistent basis. What I'm going to do is show you how to set up and how to swing. I'm going to use actually my body to pull the club through the sand by turning it. It's going to make it easy to get it through. The second thing, I'm going to set up in a manner that's going to have the bounce edge of the club down as opposed to the leading edge digging into the sand and stopping the club head. So if I'll set the club right at my belt buckle, level to the ground, and simply twist the club face open to about a 1 o'clock position, that puts that bounce edge down and makes it skip easily. Then I'm going to simply pivot my feet slightly toward the target and tilt over to the sand. Now I'm going to swing and aim about that far behind the ball, make sure the club goes into the sand with a pretty full swing. As I go back, the wrists are going to hinge, and I'm going to pull the club through by turning my body. Club at belt, club face open, feet pivoted toward the target, drop down, and the club comes right through the sand and the ball comes up high and lands on the green easily.
Thanks, Gary. Teeing it up in Rockford's always been known as good value. It's solid golf at a very reasonable price. This year's Illinois State Amateur Championship is heading that way to Aldeen Golf Club. Aldeen's one of 5 facilities operated by the city's Park District. This collection of courses boasts stately trees and more undulation than you'll find on many Chicago tracks. And these fabulous layouts are only about an hour from the northwestern suburbs, making it very accessible for the Windy City player.
I think they'll find the courses are just as good as any course you have there in the suburbs or downtown. Price very affordable. Tee times always available. It's easy to get right off the toll road, off I-90. We've got 5 great courses here available for play, and we do get quite a few golfers come from Chicago.
With unspoiled terrain, it's easy to see why a course like Sandy Hollow is just as enjoyable for the novice golfer as it is for the more experienced player. And Elliott Golf Course stretches out to nearly 6,800 yards from the back tees with a USGA course rating of 72.5. Aldeen stands as the premier layout in this Rockford quintet. Golf Digest has paid some heavy compliments to this track, giving it 4.5 stars and naming it one of the best courses you can play under $50.
It's a straightforward golf course. It's not a tricked up design really in any way. It's got some good strategic holes where you have to kind of think your way around. You've got some options on tee shots, options on approach shots, which to me is the signature of a good golf course. We do have one heroic hole, which would be the 8th hole, our island green. It's kind of a do or die situation. But I would say the strength of it is the fact that it's what you see is what you get. It definitely penalizes bad shots, which it should. Good shots get rewarded pretty well.
The state's best amateurs convene at Aldeen in mid-July in a quest of becoming the land of Lincoln's Bobby Jones. This public Dick Nugent design, which opened in 1991, features bent grass fairways and greens. It plays at 7,100 yards from the tips, making it an ideal site for this 83rd state championship.
I think it'll hold up well. You'll see if the weather conditions are good. I think you'll see somebody, at par or under. I'm not sure we'll see somebody 7 or 8 under again, but we very well could. There's a lot of good players in the field, but it's a good test. It's a good test for lots of different ability levels. I think all the players will enjoy it, and it's no pushover.
There are water hazards on 12 of the 18 holes and 62 bunkers all told. Plus, there's a cool replica of the historic St. Andrews Swilcan Bridge. But it's probably the tough final 3 holes that will determine who becomes this year's champion.
16 is a short par 5, but has some out of bounds, so you can have a big swing of scores there. 17 we modified a few years back. It's much longer. It's a very challenging par 4 back through the trees. It's very tight. And then 18 is a great finishing hole. Can be a 2-shot hole if the weather conditions are right. Very challenging green. There's 3 different kind of locations for flagstick locations on the green. Got water all down the left-hand side, a lot of mounds and trees to the right, so it's really jail if you hit it right off the tee. It's wet if you hit it left, so it's a very challenging hole, and you can see yet it's doable for the longer players in 2 shots at times, so you could have a big change of events in the last 3 holes on this course.
With free parking and free admission, why not come out and view the Illinois State Am July 16th through the 18th? There are a couple of great opportunities to play some prestigious area clubs if you're a CDGA member. On June 24th, it's Crystal Tree in Orland Park, and July 9th in Naperville, it's Crest Creek. Thanks so much for stopping by Chicago District Golfer, for everyone who plays the game.